So, Chris, tell us a little bit about wrestling the Briscoes. What made them so special? I was just talking to Jeff a couple of weeks ago on his podcast, My World, and we asked him the most underrated tag team, and he landed on the Briscoes. Because obviously, if you're a Ring of Honor fan, they weren't underrated, but they never had the big run in WCW or in ECW or even in TNA. And ultimately, and it never really happened in AEW, but now we see how great Mark is. And I just can't help but think, man, what could have been? I think they're maybe the most underrated tag team of all time.
Yeah, they're just so authentic. They were so physical. These guys are just, there's no hesitation. They're not timid in the slightest. They just come straight at you. They were both athletes. They both played football pretty seriously. They left pro wrestling for a little while to pursue football. But it was just in their nature, man. They just, and also just, they're the same, but they're different. They're like a bookend tag team where you see the two of them and you're not familiar. You may think, oh, they're twins, right? But they each had their own strengths in the ring. They both had their, what would be their calling cards. Just awesome. But then also, sometimes I talk about the match before the match, right? And the match before the match is when you sit down with somebody and you try to come to an agreement of what kind of story you want to tell in the match, what kind of shit you want to get in. And sometimes that's hard. You have different egos. You have different insecurities. You have things that you're confident in, things that you're not confident in, but you guys have to be on the spot, figure out what you want to do, how you can make it look good, how you can give the fans what they're going to want or make the fans want something. Two of the easiest people to ever deal with in that regard. And just, when you call a match with somebody, it's easy for one person to kind of take the lead and be like, okay, we're going to do this, this, and this, and this, and this. Right. And, maybe it's a great match, but sometimes the person that's following gets lost. Like, lost is in, they stray from who they are. They stray from what they typically do. And it looks like they're just keeping up with somebody as opposed to holding their own. That's never a case with these guys. These guys are just awesome. I was so fortunate to share the ring with them, singles, tag, multi-man, international, just awesome guys. Good locker room guys too. Never seen anybody with any type of strong negative words against them personally.
Right.
Just awesome pro wrestlers, just awesome guys. Yeah, the Briscos.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark had his newest baby backstage on Wednesday in Greensboro. Do we lose Chris?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, we can.
Okay. For some reason, yeah. What do I have to click here?
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Press Control E. Is it coming back?
We see a black screen right now, but we hear your voice.
Oh, and I have to switch to the other camera.
Okay.
Because I've got the.
Yeah.
Well, pardon me, gentlemen. I'm about to get flapjacked in the ring.
Okay. Yeah, I saw it. Absolutely.
I'm flapjacked out of the ring over here.
Yeah, but I was saying that Mark had his 9th baby. He and his wife had him backstage. Wow. Those kids.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Speaking of numbers,
yes.
Adam has a question for you here, Chris. He wants to know, who was your top 5 in WCW? So just your favorites to watch as a fan in your years watching WCW. Who's your top 5, Chris?
Favorite character, I'm going to go ahead and go with Lionheart Chris Jericho.
Okay. Cool.
His heel stuff, 97, 98 was just incredible.
It was.
To me.
Yep.
And because of that, I'm going to have to also say Dean Malenko. I loved Dean's matches, especially with Chris. I just thought those stories, I thought it was really great.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero.
Sure.
Eddie's just the best, man. Like the best. I rate him as the best of all time. And the reason I do that is because his career ran the full gamut. He did everything. He did it everywhere. He did it with everybody. And that's not even factoring in the influence he's had on wrestling and the fingerprints of his that are still felt in wrestling today.
Sure.
So my taste so far. So I'm gonna go pre WCW, late NWA. I'm gonna go with the Great Muta. God, he was just so cool, man. He was so cool, and I couldn't, I just that it just introduced me to a completely different. Yeah, I say introduced. I was 9 years old, and I didn't really know what wrestling was outside of press slams and big splashes. But just his, even looking back at how rapid fire he was, his like herky jerky motions where he'd throw an elbow drop or a cartwheel elbow into the corner. He was just awesome.
Last one.
And last one, this is just going to be a weird, bizarre one. And I just fell in love with his aesthetic, and he, you can say what you will about his work in the ring or his career, but I really, really just loved the way he looked. And I still think about that part of his career quite a bit. And that's Mortis. Mortis, right? Just, I just thought he looked so awesome. That was 97, 98 when I first saw him.
Right.
I just appreciated that he tried to do different things in matches. Did they all work? No, they didn't. But it just left a lasting effect on me. So that's, if I had to sit down and iron out the people that I thought were my 5 favorites, it might be slightly different, but that's just a little bit of a glimpse into my tastes.
That's good stuff, Chris. And thank you very, very much for not saying Disco Inferno.
SaveWithConrad.com. My name's Daryl. Came from Massachusetts and I moved to Wisconsin. And there's a lot of people that might be asking, why go with Conrad? Why go with Supreme Lending? And let me tell you something, brother. I think about the credentials, the tag team partner that I'd be working with. First of all, we got the Podfather himself, Conrad. How can you go wrong with that? And then also go on to SaveWithEric.com, which, who else could have kicked Vince's ass for 83 consecutive weeks? You can't beat that duo right there. But they did bring a secret weapon, and I didn't realize this because this was not advertised. I worked closely with Larry the Axe Thompson. And let me tell you, with all the stress with moving across the country with a large family that I have, it was reassuring to know that I had the enforcer at my back, handling questions from the other side of sellers, the other side with trying to find the right prices. He took care of all that. All I had to do was keep my eye on the prize and make it there to Wisconsin. They were absolutely fantastic. They checked in on me, especially Francis, very patient with me. I don't go through this process all the time, so I trusted the experts. I was able to call them. They called me if they had questions, and it felt like it was a personal arrangement. There was even a point in which, from the seller side, they wanted something else that wasn't part of the norm. Francis straight up told me, hey, we're loyal to you. We'll do whatever you want to do, and we'll make sure that you guys are taken care of. They came through. I made it to the dream. I'm the champion of my own destiny here. They were able to help pave the way for me and my family. I couldn't be more happy with the results. I went from having less than an acre to now 20 acres worth of land. They made that dream a reality. I'm Daryl, and I'm living in Friendship, Wisconsin, in my dream home, thanks to SaveWithConrad.com.
NMLS number 212, non-equal housing lender. SaveWithConrad.com.